And the fortune I seek is liberty and a future for humanity. You know, I've dropped the ball today. We did an investigative report last night with Rob Dew on the Nightly News before I interviewed Pastor Chuck Baldwin in studio. And they are killing FBI agents that were in and around the Boston bombing. And when I first heard this 2 days ago, I went, I want to see that, check their names. And sure enough, the hostage rescue team is the group they used to torch Waco. The hostage rescue team is the key inside group that was at Oklahoma City with the ATF. They are the internal group that does the black ops. Now, I'm not saying these dead guys were involved because it's a large organization now. But in the past, these are the guys that do the deed. And that's what the media kept saying to me. And when Bloomberg's called here a bunch, they're like, you're saying the FBI did it, aren't you? And they keep wanting me to say that. And I go, well, and this was even taped last week. They were taping me, and they've got it on tape. I said it would be the hostage rescue team. That's the group over and over again that we've caught. Two of these guys that were at the Boston bombing and were investigating it died in a training accident. And I got to be honest, I heard this for like a day, and the articles were even out, and I'm like, I don't believe that. Even though I knew they would do something like this, I can't even believe it. And then you've got Tamerlan's friend, who they said they were seeking, and I said like 2 weeks ago, he's dead. And then they even say, because he told friends and family the questioning. So like, just meet with them. They're not going to hurt you. And he reportedly got agitated, so they killed him, but they're not going to tell you details. But the officer, the agent didn't need to go to the doctor. But, the most important part, he confessed that he was involved first. I mean, no need to torture you into confessing in a courtroom now or threaten your family. Just, you get shot in the head and then you confess. Folks, if I ever get pulled over, because they've got CIA and FBI inside police departments everywhere. I mean, you know, they had that high-level CIA guy down in Houston that Wayne Madsen interviewed, that Wayne Madsen knew, and that Wayne Madsen was going down to interview. But the point is that they get him out of the car. He steps out of the car. The Houston cops draw, shoot him. And it's obviously an execution. And this is how it is now. I mean, you don't just go directly to jail or to a gulag. They drop by and shoot you in the head. And then there's not even an investigation. You can have a helicopter of the guy getting out with his hands. He's not reaching for anything. It was Carnaby. And you just shoot him. Look at this, New York Times. 2 FBI hostage rescue agents died in training exercise at sea. And then we went and looked it up. And sure enough, they were involved investigating the Boston bombing. That can get very unhealthy if you're not a bad person. These guys were pretty young, so I would guess they probably weren't corrupt. Even if you're corrupt, it takes a while to prove yourself. I'd say 10 years. Official, Navy SEALs killed, another injured in Arizona training exercise. Yeah, SEAL Team 6 every week, some more of them die. They crammed 20-something of them on a helicopter and then blew it up. And then I talked to a current active duty Navy SEAL who's, I'm not going to say anything else. They can put it in the NSA thing and figure it out off clues I give. Because that source hasn't been blown. Because he was smart enough to know where to come find me and tell me. I already said this. They know it's somebody the family knows. And he said, no, they know they blew up the helicopter. Do you know what it's like to actually talk to an active duty Navy SEAL? And he goes, but most of the guys think there's Al-Qaeda moles inside, and that's how they did it. I said, oh, on an old helicopter? Well, that's what they say. We never fly on those, and they never put that many of us on. And they said it was a rescue mission, but it wasn't. It was all just a cover story. Because they were like, how do we get some propaganda out of this? We're going to kill these guys, because they know the bin Laden raid was fake. You say they were flying to save the Army, pinned down by Al-Qaeda, and then you blow it up. And then it turned out Army wasn't pinned down. It wasn't real. It's like they recycled Pat Tillman in the Army Rangers. He's going public, writing letters. He's going to expose the government drug dealing, how they run Al-Qaeda. Now, that's all known now, but it wasn't supposed to come out, 5, 6 years ago. So Pat Tillman, they triple capped him, and then the Army colonel, the coroner, wouldn't lie. And he said, no, they murdered him. But they said he was charging an Al-Qaeda machine gun nest. Just like the Navy SEALs were going to save the Army from Al-Qaeda. There was no battle. There was no nothing. They flew them out to a remote place and then detonated bombs on board. And I've got a whole bunch of them, whole bunch of FBI and Navy SEALs all being killed right now. Our viewers have demanded it, so now you're gonna get it. More pro-Second Amendment gun shows in the month of June.
What we've learned is you cannot hide behind an I-beam when there's a 50 cal present.
Brothers in Arms, 50 cal ammo review, and more. Coming in the month of June to the InfoWar.